Alright. Let me see. I can get a better shot of this. No, that's a bad shot. I'm gonna go right like that. We're gonna clean this stove top. Get some of that. And I'm going to use some of that. And then put in a little bit of water. This is 100 grit sandpaper. This is a glass stove top. Might have to do a little bit more. I think I will. A little bit more water on that. This glass stove top was cleaned, but it had a lot of scratches on it. So just take some sandpaper with 100 grit wet dry sandpaper, grind it out a little bit. Let's wipe that off and see where we're at. This one I can still feel is kind of nasty. Let me clean it off really quick. Some cleaner. Let's see what it's looking like. I also got a car buffer with some. I got a car buffer with some compound that I'll try on this too. You can kind of see. Look at that. Hang on. You can kind of see right there. It's still. Dull on the glass. All right, let me try some compound. I've got that. I'm going to use that with my car buffer. And here's my car buffer. The pad. I usually have it on number 4 setting. You don't want to press too hard, obviously, with that being glass. You don't want to bust it out. You want to use common sense. Let's see how good that's looking. And I'll never get it 100%, but we can get it looking a lot better. You can still see some of it. I think I need to sand that down some more. Same with the other one. All right, more sandpaper. Here we go. I'm going to squirt this down with some of that. A little bit. And let me add some more water. Get my sandpaper again. 100 grit sandpaper. I usually go in circles, then opposite circles, then I go side to side, up and down, diagonal, diagonal, and more circles. All right, let's see if that's any better. I think I'm going to do some more of this. Just a little bit more. Let's see if that's any better. Spray it down with that again. And get off some of this material, compound. Get a buffing rag. See if it looks any better. You know what? It looks better. I mean, it's not perfect, but at least your eye doesn't go straight to it. Turn the light off and see how that looks. Well, so this is a rental. So we got it looking better. And then my final thing to do, let me get cleaned up really quick here. Wait for it. The final product I will do. Let me put my buffer away. I will use some stainless steel cleaner. it'll help make it look shiny. Even though it's glass. Sorry, I bumped you. And then I will pull away with the camera and we'll see if it looks a little bit better. Yeah, we want to look as best we can get it for the new tenant. But there will be normal wear and tear on that. It's a little bit better. All right. So from walking up, I mean, that looks pretty good. Once you do get a little light on it, you can still see it now. That was pretty rough. It was worse than that when I started, though. All right. It's 50-50. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can't. So the only way really to get this 100% like that would be to replace the glass. But maybe a few more rounds of scratching that with the sandpaper, we can get it. All right, see you guys later.